I'm Carl Herman, Director of Operations and Executive Professor at the Sales Excellence Institute at the Bauer College of Business at the University of Houston. The University of Houston and its students are a unique university in that it's one of the top public universities that's primarily a commuter university. So most of our students work hard. Many of them are first-generation students in their family. A lot of them are international students. And we have the university itself is very close to the 40,000 student level on our central campus. The Bauer College of Business has about 7,500 business students, and I'm part of the Sales Institute. The Sales Institute teaches about 1,200 students a year selling. So before FinancialForce, we really weren't doing anything to track our invoices. We were simply using Salesforce quotes, sending out quotes, and taking the money back in, usually with a credit card transaction, but we weren't monitoring them. We've grown a ton in the last 4 or 5 years to the point where we needed to track our revenue both because of the size of the transactions was growing and the quantity of the transactions were growing. It was no longer making sense just to track it with that. We needed a true financial accounting system to track and control our revenues and our expenses. Primarily we chose FinancialForce because it looked like it was, number one, it was tightly integrated. The only really at the time tightly integrated Salesforce financial accounting system. We have a very small support staff, me, and we tried very hard not to use the IT organization within the university. So that tight integration with Salesforce is what allowed us to implement a financial application without using a lot of resources. So that was the primary reason. The secondary reason was the breadth of the application. It was very clear that there was no way that we could outgrow the capabilities of the application in the future, no matter what happened to our needs. The results that we've seen since we installed FinancialForce is that it primarily is on the back end of our invoicing system, where we've seen a significant increase in our collectability of our dollars, which is pretty important to us, pretty important to any organization. So prior to that, it was not unusual for us to have 90 or 120-day receivables. Most of our transactions, the majority of our transactions, as I said, are credit card transactions, so there's no receivables issues. But our large ones were not. And it was the large transactions that we were essentially losing, or at least not controlling. Now we have complete control over those transactions. Our collections are rarely more than 30 days. Often they're less. And it's all because of our ability to track it very, very carefully and completely with FinancialForce. There's no learning curve. We have 100% turnover in our users every semester, right? So because all of our users are students learning how to sell, and we teach them for a semester, and then we get a new group the next semester. So the fact that if you learn how to use Salesforce, you know how to use FinancialForce is probably the single best feature of the application. There's absolutely no learning curve.